IELTS 21 Test 3 Passage 2, The Problems of Getting Around the City of Dar es Salaam. Today we will look at this article about transport challenges in an African city. This passage has 13 questions in total, including 5 true/false/not given questions and 8 fill-in-the-blank questions. We divide the questions into 2 types, keyword location questions and logic comparison questions. Understanding the different methods for these 2 types will help you answer more efficiently. The article has 10 paragraphs. It is a typical expository text about transport problems and solutions in Dar es Salaam. From passage 1 to 3, introduce the current situation of population growth and traffic congestion. From passage 4 to 5, analyze historical reasons for traffic problems and new solutions. From passage 6 to 9, detail the features, problems, and future plans of the BRT system. The heat map shows that T/F/NG questions are mainly in passages 1 to 5, and fill-in-the-blank questions are concentrated in passages 6 to 9. Let's look at question 14. The statement says, the population of Dar es Salaam is rising more rapidly than was previously predicted. Please pause the video and try to answer it yourself. The key clues in the statement are rising more rapidly and than previously predicted. We need to find if the author clearly makes this comparison in the text. Let's locate paragraph 1. It mentions population growth data and future projections, but it does not mention any previous predictions. The text says, the population has increased 8-fold since 1980 and swells by 500,000 people every year. The UN projects it will become a megacity within 7 years. These are current data and future projections, with no comparison to any previous predictions. The statement says rising more rapidly than previously predicted, but the text only provides current growth data and future projections. It does not mention any previous predictions. So the author does not express a clear opinion on this issue. So the answer to question 14 is not given. Let's look at question 15. The statement says, most of the residents of Dar es Salaam live in high-rise blocks on the edge of the city. Please pause the video and try to decide first. The key clues in the statement are, most residents, edge of the city, and high-rise blocks. We need to find the author's view on these 3 points in the text. Now let's locate paragraph 2. The author says, today, 4 out of 5 of its people live in single-story informal settlements on the spreading edges of the city. The text clearly states, 4 out of 5 people live in single-story informal settlements. This is completely opposite to the high-rise blocks in the statement. The author's view is single-story, not high-rise. The statement says high-rise blocks, but the text says single-story. This is a direct contradiction. The author's view is completely opposite to the statement. So the answer to question 15 is false. Let's look at question 16. The statement says, residents have been consulted about their views on the suburban rail line in Dar es Salaam. Please pause the video and try to answer it yourself first. The key clue words in the statement are, residents, consulted, views, suburban rail line. We need to find this information in the passage. We locate paragraph 3. This paragraph mainly talks about traffic problems in Dar es Salaam. The text says, a single suburban rail line serves residents in a few areas to the south but is tiny in the context of the wider city. It only mentions the existence of the rail line and who it serves. There is no information about whether residents were consulted about their views. The statement says residents were consulted, but the text only says the rail line exists and serves residents. The author does not express any view on whether residents were consulted or not. So the answer to question 16 is not given. Let's look at question 17. The statement says, the majority of the present residential development in Dar es Salaam is unplanned. Please pause the video and try to answer it yourself first. The key clue words in the statement are majority, residential development, and unplanned. We need to find the author's view on the planning situation of Dar es Salaam's housing development in the text. We locate paragraph 4. Here, the author describes the urban expansion of Dar es Salaam. The text says, nearly all the expansion is happening on the periphery, and nearly all takes place informally without any agreed strategy. The phrase, nearly all the expansion, corresponds to the majority of residential development in the statement. The author clearly states that the expansion happens informally and without any agreed strategy, which directly means the development is unplanned. The statement says the majority of residential development is unplanned, which is completely consistent with the author's view. So the answer to question 17 is true. Let's look at question 18. Dar es Salaam's authorities have decided to follow the public transport plan adopted by a large number of African cities. Please pause the video and think about the answer. The key words in the statement are follow and a large number of African cities. We need to find in the text if Dar es Salaam is following other cities. Let's locate paragraph 5. The text says, unlike many cities on the continent, Dar es Salaam isn't trying to build a metro. The text clearly says unlike many cities on the continent, which means Dar es Salaam's approach is different from other cities. It chose a different method, the bus. The statement says follow many cities, but the text says unlike many cities. This is a direct contradiction. So the answer to question 18 is false. Next, let's move on to the completion section for Q19-26. Let's look at question 19. The question says the DART bus rapid transit system runs on bus lanes separated from other traffic. The blank is after bus, so we need a noun. Before the blank is bus, and after it is separated from other traffic. So the word should mean lanes and it should be plural. Let's locate paragraph 6. This paragraph talks about the features of the DART bus rapid transit system. Look at the first sentence, it mentions bus lanes. The first sentence of the original text says, the DART bus rapid transit system runs on bus lanes separated from other traffic. Bus lanes is the word we need. This word is directly given in the original text, no need to replace it. So the answer to question 19 is lanes. Let's look at question 20. This is a completion question. The statement says ticket purchase and control happens prior to something. We need to find the word after prior to. Grammatically, prior to is a preposition phrase. It must be followed by a noun or a gerund. The answer boarding is a gerund, so it fits the grammar. Let's locate paragraph 6. The beginning of this paragraph mentions the DART bus rapid transit system. Then it says ticket purchase and control takes place at stations. Look at this sentence in the original text. Ticket purchase and control takes place at stations prior to boarding. The word boarding is directly given in the original text. No synonym replacement is needed. So the answer to question 20 is boarding. Let's look at question 21. The question says the buses are step-free, which means the whole route is accessible to people using what? Please pause the video and think about it first. Notice the words before the blank are people using. So we need a noun here, and it should be plural because it refers to people who use something. Let's locate paragraph 6. We can see the word step-free, which matches the question exactly. The original text says accessible to people using wheelchairs. The word wheelchairs is directly given in the text, so we don't need to find a synonym. So the answer to question 21 is wheelchairs. Let's look at question 22. The text says drivers refuse to turn on the air conditioning to save what? Please pause the video and think first. The blank comes after save, so we need a noun. From common sense, not using AC usually saves fuel. Go to paragraph 7. Look for sentences with drivers and air conditioning. The original text says drivers often refuse to turn on the air conditioning to save fuel. Notice, fuel is directly given in the text. No need to change it. So the answer to question 22 is fuel. Let's look at question 23. The question says a serious what caused a bus shortage. Please pause the video and think about it first. Before the blank, we see a serious, so the answer must be a singular noun. The clue words are shortage of buses and serious. We use shortage of buses and serious as landmark words to scan paragraph 8. The original text says a shortage of buses after a serious flood. The word flood is directly given in the text, no need to replace it. So the answer to question 23 is flood. Let's look at question 24. The question asks what passengers cannot use because the card readers are broken. Please pause the video and think about it first. Before the blank, we see can't be used. So we need a noun, the thing passengers cannot use. The clue word is mechanical readers. Let's locate paragraph 8. We can see the word mechanical readers right in this sentence. The original text says smartcards can't be used. Notice, the word smartcards is directly given in the text. No need to change it. So the answer to question 24 is smartcards. Let's look at question 25. The question says staff stand by the gates and tear tickets manually. The question asks where tickets are manually checked. Before the blank, we see by the. This means we need a noun that shows a place. It should be plural. Let's locate paragraph 8. We see the sentence, staff stand by the gates and tear tickets as people enter. The original text directly gives the word gates. This word is directly given in the original text, no need to replace it. So the answer to question 25 is gates. Let's look at question 26. The statement says, as a result, queues are considerable at peak times. The blank is where queues is, asking what gathers during peak times. Looking at grammar, the blank is after are and before considerable, so it must be a plural noun. The statement says, queues are considerable, so the blank is queues. Keywords are peak times and considerable. We locate the last sentence of paragraph 8, as a result, queues are considerable at peak times. The word queues appears directly here. The original text clearly says queues. This word is directly given, no synonym replacement needed. The question asks what gathers at peak times, and the text says, queues are considerable, perfectly matching. So the answer to question 26 is queues. Now we move to the summary part. Let's review the key skills. Trick 1, opposite meaning and detail traps. The question often says the opposite of the text. So the answer to question 15 is false. Trick 2, wrong subject and made up information. The question gives an action to the wrong person or thing. So the answer to question 14 is not given. Trick 3, synonym replacement and main idea. The question uses different words to say the same thing as the text. So the answer to question 17 is true. Remember, for true-false not given, first check if the subject is the same. Then check if the meaning is opposite. Now let's review the key vocabulary from this lesson to build your synonym bank. Keywords, lanes, boarding, wheelchairs, fuel, flood, smartcards, gates, queues. Also, projections, left-right arrow forecasts, informal settlements, left-right arrow unplanned. This lesson ends here. See you in the next one. Keep practicing to master these skills.